Hello, welcome back to me playing Peachleaf Valley, the demo, part 3. I just left to take a quick body shower and now I'm back to playing the game. My name is Carla with a K, not a C, not relevant but relevant because it's my name and I would prefer people would spell it correctly, so K-A-R-L-A. So Peachleaf Valley is a cute little otome so far. It's very cute. I bought the game. It's actually free, but I bought the game because I donated some money. I will put the link to the game. It is free, but I highly suggest you donate as much as you can or as much as you're willing to or you want to. The link will be in the description for the game. Also, what else? So we left off in the game. Here's some stuff from the last video if you want to recap. We met Earl's grandson, Abuelito Earl's grandson. His name is Jude. He's the baker that I was fawning over. We got all hard eyes over in the introduction. We met him. He's gorgeous. And he got all weird. He might know our MC, but who knows. We also met Hunter. He's a farmer. He also does some odd jobs around the town. We met Tamakisuo Jr. I don't remember his real name. Like I said, I did step away so I could take a quick shower. Yeah, I forgot his real name. He's also French, just like Tamaki. We also met Fiona and Amelia. Amelia is so gorgeous. She's so pretty. I love her. Her voice is so soothing. Anyways, also, speaking of soothing voices, Jude the baker's voice. I love his voice. Anyways, where was I going with this? Right, okay, so we met Amelia and Fiona who take care of the flower shop, and we left off by talking about the green-haired man that we met in the forest. Not gonna lie, I did forget about him for a second until he was brought up again. And that's where we left off. Alright, let's get to it. Now, shall we? Let's begin. Ran into one of the spirits, did you? Fiona's voice captures my attention as she walks towards me with her cane. Spirits?
Our valley is home to much more than what you merely see on the surface.
I hope Fiona is a witch. That would be so awesome.
Inside of its forests, peaks, and waters lie many hidden secrets. It is said spirits of the earth, sky, and sea make their home here as well. You would do well to respect their domains.
For should you anger them, terrible calamities will befall this entire world, and even the fabric of nature can be...
Oh, there you go again with the ghost stories, Fiona. Haven't I told you 1,000 times it ain't good for tourism?
I'd have to disagree, Abuelito. I'd be very interested in that.
And how many times have I told you they are not ghosts?
Just because the spirits have never chosen to grace a fool like you with their benevolence doesn't mean that they do not dwell amongst us.
Who you calling a fool, you old hag?
Who else, you uncultured toolhead?
You okay?
Oh boy. Here we go again. Would you like some tea? We might be here a while.
Oh, I'd love some. Allow me to lend a hand. Oh my god. As we exit the flower shop, I can't help but look out towards the expansive blue sky above us. Somehow, it doesn't even feel like it's the same sky as I used to see in the city. The sound of Earl muttering to himself catches my attention as I see him looking around several buildings while fiddling with his mustache. Let's see here, where should we stop by next? As I open my mouth to respond, I'm interrupted by the distant cheers of a small crowd. I look around to see various townspeople running towards a street corner nearby with wide grins on their faces. Come on, hurry, hurry, or we'll miss the show. The show? Oh, he's performing today, is he? Performing? Who is? Why tell you when I can show you? Come on, Carla, or we'll miss it. Ooh, and you scratch my leg. Earl briskly turns a street corner and my eyes widen. A fair-sized crowd has gathered right in the middle of a small plaza, laughing and clapping in awe at someone in the middle of the plaza, of the space. What's going on over there? From here, it's hard to see anything with so many people gathered around.
Hey, over here.
I look over to see Earl point to some nearby stairs that lead up to a balcony. He climbs a few and then motions me over before glancing at the crowd. A smile plasters on his face as he crosses his arms.
Take a look. You wouldn't want to miss this.
As I turn to see where the crowd gathers, I can't help but stare in awe as a slender, dark-skinned young man in colorful, exotic garb dances elegantly. He's gorgeous. The young man shoots the crowd a smile as he continues his performance. Many of the crowd's faces, which appear to be mostly women, all cheer as he moves back and forth through the space. I can understand why it's mostly women. Suddenly he pulls out red banners of decorated velvet seemingly out of nowhere as he throws them in the air and backflips before catching them. Whoa, what a beautiful person. I don't think I've ever seen someone move so elegantly. Ooh. He's so pretty. The crowd cheers as he shows off more and more impressive dance moves mixed with incredible acrobatics and magician-like tricks. I find myself slowly peering over the rails in excitement as I gaze down. At one point, the performer motions the crowd to step back before slowly arching his body and breathing out rose-colored fire from his mouth. Wow, I've never seen anything like this before. Ain't that right?
Sure, he's something else, ain't he?
Knows how to please a crowd, that's for darn certain. The crowd goes wild as the young performer dances and does more and more tricks, mixing different elements to create a riveting performance. After a while, the performer bows, now covered in a light layer of perspiration as the crowd roars and claps. As he looks up, sweat dripping from his hair, the townspeople begin to throw coins and flowers at his feet, in appreciation for his colorful and avant-garde performance.
Shukran jazilan. Thank you, thank you.
His voice. What is it with me and voices? Jeez. I can't help but laugh in delight as Earl and I clap from our spot on the stairs too. Earl begins to whistle and I clap loudly next to him as I watch the performer accept more and more coins humbly. Eventually, he pans up to where Earl and I stand and his gaze meets mine. You have beautiful eyes. Wow, he really is gorgeous. I feel my heart skip a beat as the performer shoots me a small, mysterious smile before turning around to collect all the coins and flowers. Earl and I eventually make our way down the stairs as the crowd begins to disperse. Suddenly, Earl turns to me with a smile as he motions towards a different direction.
Oh, I know. Let's stop by the inn next.
Old Duke would yap my ear off if I didn't properly introduce y'all. As Earl begins to walk forward down an opposite direction of the plaza, I follow him. But I can't help but find myself staring back in the direction of the performer, who is now surrounded by several young women from the town, eagerly showering him in compliments. The performer's eyes briefly meet mine again, and I can feel myself blush as I quickly face forward and run to catch up with Earl. I have probably been poking in my hand. Badly. Okay. As we walk in through the doors of a rustic yet large wooden inn, a middle-aged man, wiping down a counter, turns to face us with a smile.
Well, well. I was wondering when you'd show up, Mr. Mayor.
Abuelito is the mayor? And who is this fine-looking specimen? Mayor? Right?
Aw, come on now, Duke.
How many times have I told you to stop calling me that? Unless you prefer if I started calling you doctor.
Huh. Well met.
Although in my case it's different, I'm retired. I turn my head to look at Earl curiously as the previous comment catches my attention. Earl, wait, you're Peachleaf's mayor?
Well,
Something like that, I guess. These crazy old folk voted me one a few decades ago, and I don't know what's worse. An old kook like me governing this little valley, or the nutcases who voted for it in the first place. The man behind the counter lets out a hearty laugh as he shakes his head. Then I suppose I'd be one of those honorary nutcases. The man suddenly turns to me with a smile as he extends a hand out for a shake.
Name's Duke. Welcome to Peachleaf.
Thank you.
I run this inn with the help of a few employees. Earl's gone ahead and given me the rundown already.
Thank you, sir. My name is Carla. It's nice to meet you.
Likewise.
I hope Peachleaf turns out to be a change for the good for you, Carla.
The city life isn't for everyone, after all. I know that best.
Oh, you're from the city too, Duke?
he sure is. Although, that was ages ago now, right, Duke? You know, back when the dinosaurs roamed and stuff.
All right, you old codger. I'm not that old yet. You've got me beat by at least a good 30 years.
As Earl and Duke laugh amongst themselves, I can't help but chuckle at their light-hearted banter. Have you two known each other for a long time?
Too long.
Way too long.
I've known this overgrown lughead for about 25 years now. So I'm go from a princely teenager to an overprotective father to a wrinkly old grouch.
Now then,
Where's little Melody? I'd like to introduce her to Carla. Up in her room, throwing a tantrum and calling me a tyrant, all because I made her do her biology. Listen, I understand because I hate biology so much. Earl shoots his head back in laughter and then gives Duke a knowing look. Teenagers, eh?
God, I'm just grateful I didn't have twins.
Raising one teenage girl is enough stress to last a man a lifetime. Yeah, my father has 2 daughters, so I'm sorry for him. Too bad he wanted them. You're telling me I raised 3. Listen, girls are expensive. When you get daughters, they are super expensive. I don't have kids, but my parents do. Me and my sister, and I know we're expensive. They won't say it, but we know. Suddenly their conversation is interrupted at the sound of the front door opening. My eyes widen as the young performer from before silently walks into the room carrying a giant load of neatly wrapped flowers.
ah, there you are, Nadim. I was hoping to run into you.
What a show that was. The young man named Nadim shoots Earl a kind smile as he walks over to us. I can feel myself instinctively freeze up as he stands next to me and lightly bows his head at Earl.
I thank you for taking the time to watch my performance, Earl. I hope it brought a smile to your face.
His voice. Oh my god.
If only I was 40 years younger, I'd be out there busting a move with you. Like a whoo, wah, or a ha-choo, woo. Ow.
Dude. Abuelo, are you okay? We all instinctively approach Earl as he places a hand on his back, but quickly gives us a sheepish grin. Duke sighs before shaking his head as Nadim tries to stifle a genuine laugh. Thank you, Earl. I appreciate your words. They bring me joy. Your laugh brought me joy. They did more than my antidepressants ever could. Not as much joy as you bring to everyone in town with your performances, so thank you, Nadim.
The honor and pleasure is all sincerely mine.
What is it with me and voices? Seriously.
Now, if you excuse me, I should be going.
I must quickly find a vase and water for these beautiful flowers, lest they wilt before their time. Just before Nadim has a chance to escape, Earl quickly motions to me. Oh, before you go, Nadim, this is Carla. She'll be living in our valley starting today. I'm taking her around to introduce her to our little town. Oh, I see. Please pardon my rudeness. I thought of you as merely a passing traveler, not as a new neighbor. Just as I'm about to open my mouth, Nadim shoots me a smile and bows his head at me.
My name is Nadim. I am not originally from Peachleaf, but nonetheless, it is where my travels have taken me.
Let's keep going. I hope this valley will become a place you will cherish on your own travels as it has for me. Thank you. My name is Carla. It's nice to meet you, Nadim. I saw your performance earlier with Earl. It was wonderful. You're so beautiful. We did not just say that. Nadim seems to blink unexpectedly at my blunt compliment, and I find myself going cherry-faced at my unexpected confession. I meant the performance. The performance is beautiful. That is not to say you aren't beautiful too. Man, he is gorgeous. Oh man, I'm so heart-torn between him and Jude. Nadim or Jude? Nadim or Jude? Okay, I don't have to worry about it right now. It's a demo. It's a demo. Nadim's lips curve into an amused grin as he lets out another laugh. He smiles at me as he bows his head again.
I am appreciative of your words. You are far too kind.
I want to marry... We're not gonna finish that sentence. Okay. I hope you'll come watch me perform again sometime.
Well then, I shall get going. I wish you all a wonderful evening.
Oh my god, you're so pretty. I can't help but feel my face heat up as Nadim walks up the stairs of the inn. I bite my lip as I watch him leave before turning to face the ground. You idiot, you just outright called him beautiful. Ugh, I'm so embarrassed.
By Bessie's sake, he's right.
Look how late it's already gotten. As Earl points outside a window, I can spot the golden hues of sunset beginning to creep onto the sky. A nearby clock chimes signaling the start of a new hour as Duke straightens up before wiping his hands.
And there's the clock.
I hate to leave you folks, but I need to get ready to open the bar. A bar, you say? I have one more year left. And I need to take Carla home in time for dinner, or Nina will have my head. Are we gonna see Jude again? Well then, Duke, I'll come back another time to see Melody. My leg is falling asleep. It was nice meeting you, Duke. Thank you again.
Pleasure's all mine. And once again, welcome to the valley.
Thank you. Are we gonna see Jude again? Are we gonna see Jude again? Are we gonna see Jude again? Please, please, please. As I finally finish unpacking the last of my belongings, I can't help but stare at my newly organized room. Phew, finally done unpacking. As I sit on the bed and touch the soft blanket under me, I can't help but smile, recalling the day's events and the many faces I met. There were definitely a few interesting personalities today, but wow, everyone here is really so warm and kind. It's incredible to think just how different my life and surroundings were barely 3 nights ago. As I gaze out towards the shining moon outside, I can't help but feel my smile begin to fade. Even with an overall pleasant day, the nervousness of being in a brand new environment, so far away from the place I've called home, my entire life is still very much around. Despite my best efforts to keep my mind busy, I shortly came to realize that every moment I'm alone, I'm flooded with doubts and questions I don't know how to answer. Did I make the right choice? Was coming here the best decision? Do I truly even belong here? Suddenly, a small knock to my door interrupts my thoughts and I hear Earl's muffled voice call from the other side. Carla, can I come in? Yes, go ahead. A few moments later, Earl peeks his head in before shooting me a friendly smile. He walks inside and closes the door behind him. Turning around, his gaze lands on my now empty suitcases.
All settled in?
I was going to come by and ask if you needed help with anything. Yep, I'm all unpacked. Thank you again, Earl. For everything. Earl peers into my face for a few seconds as I try to flash him my best smile, attempting to hide my previous anxiousness. After a few moments, he chuckles before taking a seat next to me on the bed. Still got the jitters, huh, kiddo? No, I'm fine, really. Everyone's been absolutely wonderful. You've all done so much for me, I don't even have any right to complain. I'm just a little tired and...
You don't know if you belong here.
Abuelo, dude, you got this. Right on. Okay. I raise my head in surprise as Earl merely smiles warmly back at me. I can feel my throat tighten as I turn my gaze to the floor. How did you... Earl chuckles at the remark.
You see all these wrinkles and white hairs on this balding head? They ain't there just for fun, you know. From living and learning and growing.
Earl takes in a deep breath, and as he looks around the room nostalgically before his eyes land on the moon. The face you have on right now is the same face each of my daughters had when they told me they wanted to move away from the valley. The same face they had when they told me, Papa, I'm scared, and they didn't know if leaving home, leaving all they ever knew behind in this little valley, was going to be good for them.
You want to know what I told them? Home is right here.
God, I wish I heard this right before leaving for college. I can't help but smile as Earl lightly taps on his heart. His eyes grow warm at the sight of my smile, and he places a reassuring hand on my shoulder.
It doesn't matter where you end up in life, kiddo.
You can be in a giant city or a tiny village in the middle of nowhere, but as long as you wake up each day and look forward to the world around you,
Then you found your home. Peachleaf may not be your last stop. Maybe it can help you find out what it really means to belong somewhere.
I feel tears prickle in my eyes again as I nod happily. I can't help but laugh, quickly wiping away the tears as a hand ruffles my hair. Thank you, Earl.
Patient with yourself. My ma always used to say that we're all like little saplings, growing and sprouting at our own paces and in our own directions. Don't hold yourself back from blooming just because you're not sure where your petals might fall.
I smile as I turn to look at the flower Earl gave me a few days ago, now adorning a small vase in the corner of my room, blooming beautifully in place. You're right, I may not know what the future holds, and there's a lot of questions I've yet to answer. About who I am, who I want to be, and what my place is in this world. There's no way I can start off on the right foot without at least trying to put my best foot forward, right?
Now that's what I like to hear. And you have all of us here at the Valley to support you.
Which also leads me to my next question for you. I notice Earl turns around before digging into his pockets and pulling out a few help wanted flyers and laying them on my lap. Now that you're moved in, you gotta decide where you'd like to start working. Luckily, you came at the right time, so you got options. I can definitely put in a good word for you, so go ahead and choose where you'd like your official new life in Peachleaf to begin. Where should I start working? We're going with the bakery. The bakery with Jude.
Me? Why are you choosing me? Fine, I guess.
Thank you for playing our demo of Peachleaf Valley Seeds of Love. Please help us make this game a reality by supporting us on Kickstarter and sharing it with your friends and family. There's a lot more fun to be had and many more adventures waiting just around the corner. Follow us on social media for the latest updates, giveaways, goodies, and more Peachleaf fun. See you in the valley. Oh my god, this is so cute. Huh. No, you can't be doing this to me right now. The wind howls atop a cold mountain peak. From this desolate place that only seems to shelter the clouds and remnants of an era long lost to time. A lone figure watches over all below him. His scarlet-colored hair is struck against the colorless sky as another breeze seems to pass him by, almost as if whispering into his ear. Another pair of footsteps suddenly echo out from behind him, followed by a commanding voice.
Have you sensed it? A shift in the earth has occurred.
The lone figure only lets out a low chuckle as he brings his hand forward as if to grab something in front of him from thin air before turning around. Alright,
How
Rengoku.
foolish of you to even ask. Why, it's almost as if you forget who I am. For the winds, they whisper everything to me.
In his hand now dances a small clover as its tiny leaves twist and bend in the wind. The figure lets out another chuckle as he brings his eyes to face the dark-haired man in front of him.
Although the shift is not the only piece of news they have brought with them. Why, it seems we have a new arrival in the valley. See for yourself.
With a lift of his finger, the winds dance at his command. In an instant, a sculpture made of clouds, now resembling a young woman's face, floats between them. The other man scowls as he eyes the clouded sculpture with disdain.
It's just another human. What importance could she possibly bear to our conversation?
A low laugh emerges from the figure as with another lift of his fingers, the cloud sculpture of the young woman floats back to where he is. With a smirk, the figure glides his finger over the sculpture's cheek.
You've always been so awfully impatient, haven't you, dearest brother? Because I ponder to think that the shift and her arrival, well, perhaps the two may not yet be so unrelated.
Impossible. A mere human can play no part in the affairs of spirits.
Perhaps not. And yet, take a closer look.
As the figure moves his finger in the air, the sculpture floats in the opposite direction. The dark-haired man narrows his eyes, and suddenly he catches sight of a faint gleaming green light emanating off the young woman's forehead.
Eden! That bastard! When did he...
Interesting, isn't it? With barely a foot into our domains, and the land has already bestowed its protection over her.
Thank you, green-haired stranger.
It sends quite the message, don't you think?
I see no being worth protecting. Only the naive acts of a fool that does not know his place.
A low rumbling laugh escapes the lips of the scarlet-haired figure, which seems to shake the entire mountain itself. A howl of wind seems to cry out in the distance as with the snap of his fingers. The sculpture of the young woman's face disintegrates into the air and left in its place and is only a small glowing clover. Both figures turn their gaze on the horizon as they look out over the vast expanse below them.
Worry not, for the winds, they will reveal all in due time. Until then, come, let us watch how the rest of this story shall unfold itself.
Meanwhile, a figure turns his gaze towards the horizon.
The earth, she trembles, just as she did all those years ago. What could this mean? A simple coincidence, or a sign of something yet to come?
Wow, his voice is so sweet. Is that it? We have reached the end of the public demo for Peachleaf Valley. For future updates and news on the extended demo, follow us on social media. Thanks for playing the demo. How do... Oh my god, it was so good. This is so good. Just for a demo, it's so good. That's my dog breathing, if you can hear her. I will put the Peachleaf Valley social medias in the description as well. As well as the game. Please, please, please support this game, because God only knows how much I need to play this now. Oh my god, this is so good. Anyways, thanks for watching. Please play the game, and if you can, please donate. I'll put all the information for Peachleaf Valley in the description, as well as the link to the game. And also, please subscribe and follow me on my socials as well. Okay, thanks. Bye.